I spent 10,000 hours on health, on making myself healthy, on making other people healthy, and on actually understanding this whole health thing. And what I see is that there is a lot of confusion in the world and a lot of misdirection, especially on social media. Carnivore. You know, this video should be just a guideline. It is not that long, but I want to explain you health, how it is really, in a not complicated way. And the purpose of this video is that you have a pen and paper in your hand, and after this video you have an exact tool, map, or roadmap on actions you can take today to make yourself healthy. I don't know who you are, I don't know what position you are, but I can guarantee you after this video you will have at least one information that you could put in your life today, right now, and take action. I have not prepared for the video, but I'm sure to, to bring everything I have in my mind out. And when I want to talk about health, we actually talk about four main areas. We talk about sleep, we talk about nutrition, we talk about exercise or training and basically physical movement, and we talk about mental condition. And you can call it mindset, you can call it self-improvement, whatever. Let's start with health. And this is the core pillar, the core foundation, and health is very much the most important thing that you have in your life. So when you are not sleeping good, life is not good looking for you. Life is not looking good for you. Think of this. Your body is like a machine. It is not a machine, it is like a machine. You need to charge. You need to charge your iPhone. You need to charge your calendar. You need to charge your camera. Okay, you need to charge in order to work. And in today's work, we need to work more than ever before. But today's world is also the world where people sleep lowest hours and have the lowest sleep quality. That is basically more dramatic than ever before. And what then happens is that you need more energy than ever before, but you have less because sleep is the number one energy source you get, or recovery source. Energy is your food, but recovery source. What now happens is that you get stressed, not because of some external not action doing. You get stressed because you have no energy left on the actions you need to do. So sleep is the thing you need to nail, and sleep is pretty easy to understand. The most important thing is sleep on time. I know you drink coffee. Try to drink coffee once or twice a day. And if you drink coffee 2 times a day, then in the morning, after 60 minutes of waking up, and at 12 p.m. And always keep in mind that with every coffee you drink, your sleep quality gets worse. Even with the worst coffee, with the first coffee, because the caffeine is lasting so long inside your body. And that is also for pre-workout booster and everything that, contains caffeine. So something like green tea is also, in that scenario, statistically and practically not good for you. Even though it gets you energy for a day, but then you go in this vicious cycle, you got energy for one day, but you slept worse, and you only, you had an alarm clock and you woke up at the same time, but your sleep is now worse, and then you drink your coffee again, and now your body actually, builds the tolerance because you develop a quick caffeine tolerance. So I drink once or twice a day a coffee, and I only drink coffee 3, 4, 5 times a week. So not every day, because I don't want to build up the tolerance. Medications, I would not recommend to use them in the evening. Of course, when you have something prescribed that you have to, I'm not your doctor, do that. And literally every stimulant you can use, yeah, especially except for nicotine, don't use this for bedtime. And then basically go to bed at the same time and have no alarm clock. And we now say, yeah, but I need to wake up very early. Then when you don't have work, try to sleep as early as you can. And if you can't sleep, you actually can trick your I, I'm explaining too much, but basically what you want to do is you want to understand your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is basically your inner clock that says your body, now it's time to produce hormone for activity. Now it's hormone to produce hunger. Now it's time to produce hormones for sex. Now it's time to produce hormone for sleep. And in the perfect world, everything in your life should be scheduled because the hormones can be, or will easily be produced at the 24-hour time span. Okay? But in practical terms, the only thing or the most important thing you need to predict is your sleep. And the sleep quality is strongly made up by how many or how consistent are you with your sleep schedule. And I would do this when I want to have a consistent sleep schedule. I don't schedule my wake up because it fucks up your sleep. Because I know when you wake up at 7 every single morning, sometimes you go to bed at 1 a.m., sometimes at 11 p.m., sometimes at 3 a.m., okay? So what you now do is you schedule a alarm clock for when you want to go to bed. Now you say, oh yeah, I need 8-9 hours of sleep to naturally wake up. That is something you can, by the way, test out whenever you have free time and you don't need to wake up early. So test it out how many hours you need. And maybe you have sleep deprivation and you sleep 12 hours. Fine. Then you slept good. It is okay. But test it out how much sleep you actually need to find out how early you need to wake up. How early you need to go to bed, sorry, to wake up at the very same time. And I have, for example, I have the luxury to, I don't care if I wake up at 6 a.m., at 7, at 8. It is not, I wake on average up around 6:45 and 7, let's say this a.m. But sometimes 8, when my body needs the rest because I had very stressful day. It's good. Sleep should be your number one priority in your life because sleep is the thing that fills your life with energy. When you don't have enough sleep, you will not have enough energy. And you know what? When you say, oh yeah, but I only need 5 hours of sleep and I can do all the tasks. Yeah. You know what? You might be emotionally very, very, very sensitive. Very sensitive. I might say something that is against your norms and you might freak out because you have the sleep. Oh, sorry. Because you have the sleep deprivation. Sleep helps you with emotional regulation, with everything. It helps your body to be good, to reset. So sleep is the number one thing. Yeah, basically sleep at the same time. You can use some sleep supplements. So what I use is magnesium bisglycinate, glycine, and L-theanine and ashwagandha. So that is what I use for my pre-bed ritual. You don't need to use them, but what you also can do is have a warm shower. It helps you have a very comfortable bed. You sleep. What do you sleep? 1/3 of your life are you in a bed and you don't have a good bed? Get a good bed and get good pillows. Be really comfy. And when you go to bed, have a very dark room. And if you don't, then just purchase your eye, what do you call it? I don't know. Eye mask. Sorry. And if you have some noise, then just wear earplugs. For example, I have some noise because I'm not living alone in this apartment. So I have Here you can see it. Wait. Yeah. So basically, just sorry, these earplugs. These earplugs, and yeah, I do use them every single day, and then you have quiet environment. You have a comfy bed. You have a black and dark room because melatonin gets produced in the dark, so your body naturally produces more melatonin when the sun is not there. Therefore, you might feel tired when it's winter and you live in a European country like Germany, like I do, and you feel more tired because the sun is not there and your body is naturally aligned with this. That is what sleep is. So sleep enough, and if you can't, there are ways to manipulate your body with peptides, but overall, these are only temporary uses. And if you say you can't sleep 8 hours a day, Jeff Bezos sleeps 8 hours a day, okay? So you can. You literally can. It is only a decision. And I do this with, for example, we have now 9:12 p.m. I know I'm recording YouTube videos. Normally I should do a wind down routine, but I go to bed most of the time at 11. Sometimes at 10:30, sometimes at 11:30. So that is my window. You have a 1 hour window, okay? So a window plus minus 30 minutes. And when you hit this window consistently, I guarantee you over 14 days, you will feel amazing. Not only that you don't need that much sleep at all, you feel amazing. You feel great. You and then now you have a sleep tracker like an O-ring or Whoop armband or whatever tracks your sleep. I recommend you an Aura because it is, when it comes to sleep, the most accurate. But do what you want. It is amazing because then you get feedback on the little things you do and the little twists, So, and for sleep, by the way, if you want to know something about sleep, actually, a friend of mine has the book. Yeah, I got a friend of mine has a book. I recommend you the book Why We Sleep from Matthew P. Walker. He's a PhD in for sleep science. Basically, he is the best man when it comes to sleep. And literally everything I tell you, everything I practice besides the substance and this is from him. He's amazing. So yeah, that's the sleep part. Next up, we have nutrition because that is the next most important thing. You can sleep amazing. You can nail the sleep schedule and all of that. But your nutrition is when your nutrition is not good and you have deficiencies in micronutrients, it's bad. So let's be basic with nutrition. Nutrition, you have macro and micronutrients. Okay, macronutrients you might be familiar with protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And fats have separate categories like saturated and unsaturated fats, and trans fats, and monosaturated, polysaturated, unsaturated. So there is a variety of things, carbs as well. Starch, sugar, fiber, all of this. And protein is protein. Protein has a variety of amino acids. But in general, what you should do, you now go and download the tracker chronometer. So CHRNOO, yeah, CHRONOMETER chronometer. This has an orange bullet logo. And what you can do with that, you not only can track when you have some food, your macronutrients, you also can track your micronutrients. But why are micronutrients essential? Well, you can see your body as this. You have your macronutrients, and this is, the large portion of your body. So that is basically your material you work with. So that is actually the thing your body uses to do something. When you eat enough protein, and you exercise, your body can build or has the bricks to build muscles or the material to build muscles. When you eat healthy fats, when you don't eat unhealthy fats, your body has the material to not be inflamed. When you have eat carbohydrates, your body and or fiber, your body has the material to has quick energy in terms of carbohydrates, and then it depends. Sugar is very quick energy, and there are a variety of complex things. But fiber, for example, then your body has the material to cleanse you, not cleanse, but to do something gut promoting, because you can't digest it, and a lot of bad things get flushed out of your body. Yeah, and what are micronutrients? Micronutrients are actually the workers who do the work. And now think about this. You have a business, okay? And you don't have customer support at all, and everyone is bad, and you have the material to get a lot of people, but the people need, need help with some delivery thing. But you don't have customer support. Well, in the end, you will do nothing. So when you have some deficiencies, what now happens in your body, you need to have a view on your body as a system, and really use the systematic overview. So what used to be true in your hand used to be true in your leg. Of course, some areas of your body need different nutrients, but when it comes to micronutrients, they help you with a lot of body functions. So when you don't eat nutritious food, that is the difference between, eating macro-friendly and micro-friendly. When you eat macro-friendly, you get a material. But when you ignore all the micros, so you get, all your macronutrients from junk food and, low nutritious food or less nutritious food, what happens is you have no workers to build a nice body. And of course, your body has depots, and your body has a great ability to live without some essential things. For example, if you're an alcoholist, there are people who live for years only from alcohol. So your body is incredible adaptive. But if you want to be healthy, you need to make sure that you that you cover all the essential healthy things. And with chronometer, you basically track your food and the things, and you make sure you hit the right things. And if you now ask, yeah, is vegan, is paleo, is carnivore, low carb, high carb, you know what is the best thing? The thing you can stick with the best. So if you want to, or if everyone in your family is carnivore, and you only have meat in your house, and you are 16 years old and can't afford anything, it would probably be good to be carnivore. But if you want to be carnivore, but you have a girlfriend and you have social group and you live together actually with your girlfriend, and you want to go on a dinner, and she doesn't like that you only eat steak all day long, and it is not really socially compelling to eat it, and it has literally not that many positive effects. Not good. What would I eat? So basically, I would eat everything. A complete mix. And the cool thing about nutrition is you need to see fast food and sugar and these low nutritious food not as bad foods. They are just less nutritious and not beneficial for your body. They are not bad because there is no food that is actually poisoning you, because then it would be poison and not food. That is only food that is low nutritious. But if you have, for example, now a breakfast and a lunch and a dinner, and you covered all your macro and micronutrients according to your weight and your data, let me tell you this: when it is in your calorie goal, the chocolate bar will make nothing. So if you feel like having the pleasure, do it, go for it. But 80%, maybe 9% of the time, you should eat non-processed food, because non-processed food has the most micronutrients. What I would eat, so what I daily eat is, I love good whole grain oats. No, they are not full of pesticides. they are good to go. When you make them in the right microwave, and no, the microwave is not bad. You need to go away from the bias. And whenever someone says to you, and that is a base principle you can see in the health industry. Whenever someone says to you, of course, let's say the nutrition thing, you should not eat that, and you should not eat that, and this food is poisoning, and this destroys you, and you should do that. Don't trust this guy, because you can eat whatever. There are athletes. I always have the example of yeah, of course, athletes are not the healthiest people. For example, I don't know his name, but the fastest triathlete on earth. Do you know what he eats for or literally every day for running? Nutella toast. And he needs extreme energy. And therefore he eats a lot of sugary carbs. But that does not mean that he has a bad diet at all. It depends on your state. But in general, you can eat whatever. I eat oats. I eat protein powder. By the way, protein powder is good. The main thing between protein powder and something like a steak or eggs comparison is basically protein powder has no micronutrients. It has all the proteins. It fills. You can add it in a micronutrient dense meal to add or hide the protein, because I want to build muscle. It's good for me. But when you compare it and you only have to decide between one, of course you should take the lean meat. Then yeah, I love my lean meat. So most of the time I eat chicken or some steak, some lean steak. A lot of olive oil, the best oil out here. Olive oil, avocado oil, amazing. I have an air fryer, so I don't cook with oil actually at all. So I don't need to use butter, because literally every very insane heated oil is not that beneficial for you. Let's say it that way. Then I eat vegetables, of course, and a huge variety of vegetables, because they all have, some benefits. They all have these little workers. For example, carrots have different little workers than broccoli. But should you eat only carrots every single day or only broccoli? Of course not. Should vary. To have a diverse gut and microbiome, to have a lot of workers and a very diverse ecosystem. The world and the universe is diverse too, so you should not restrict yourself to one or two things. Of course, you should have your basic things, like what I also eat is eggs. Sweet potato is something I eat daily, and berries, and walnuts, and chia seeds, and sunflower seeds. So seeds, legumes, nuts, steak, or in general beef, or the vegetarian protein alternative, oats, whey, berries, vegetables, mushrooms, healthy things, and of course sweet potato. That's what I eat. And whenever someone says to you, you should be carnivore, don't get it. Next up, we have yeah, is nutrition now covered? I'm not sure. If you want more in-depth in nutrition, then let me know. By the way, fiber is good. You eat 30 to 40 gram fiber a day. Very good for your gut. So that's a reason why you should eat carbs. But I guess, yeah, it's covered. If you have some questions, let me know below. If not, it's okay. Yeah, then we have the exercise thing, and that is pretty easy. The magic number of 10,000 steps a day is good, and you should hit it every single day. But don't freak out when you don't hit it in one day. Then try to walk more the other day. It is just, something that makes you, or that is a baseline. It is something, not tangible. Are you healthy when you don't do 10,000 steps and you only do 9,999? No. but the more you walk, the better. Let's say it in that way. Of course, something like 40,000 steps a day is not healthy. There is, the curve is shrinking one way, but 10K is a good thing. And if you work, by the way, pro tip, if you work online or if you work home office, I have here in the corner, maybe you can see it. I don't know. Yeah, no. I have a walking treadmill. So whenever I have something like, for example, after this, I will watch something. I'll walk a little bit, or in the morning, or whenever I have a meeting or something like that. And then I easily get my 10K steps, because without it, it was a mess to get 10K steps. I have a busy life, and you have probably a busy life too, and getting your steps in done is insane. And there are a lot of tasks you do where you don't need to sit and you can work, And steps is the core foundation. And then I would do something like strength exercise, but in the end, it doesn't really matter what you do. Do something that A higher your heart rate for 2 to 3 times a week. That is really really good, because you need to have a healthy heart, and a healthy heart is a trained heart. Therefore, do something like, whatever hires your. It can be badminton, it can be swimming, it can be running, it can be skating, it can be whatever. Do something that hires your heart rate for, yeah, for a fair amount of time, 2 to 3 times a week for 60 to 90 minutes, or for 30 to 90 minutes. It depends. And then I would exercise, and minimum 2 times a week, 2 times full body, and up to 4, 5 times. And that's it. And the split is easy, upper, lower, or full body. And if you go 5 times, then I would say 3 times upper, 2 times lower. That's it. Yeah. So that's exercise. And with exercise, you don't need to know that much. You just watch. There are a lot of nice instruction videos, and please get the right source. Don't be biased, and don't think that this exercise is the best and that is the best. There are a lot of things to do, and in the end, you don't want to be Mr. Olympia. You just want to have a nice time, stay healthy, be sharp, stay focused, and that's it. And the last thing is the mindset thing, and in general, it's only what I find, and what a lot of successful people I talk to find is that negativity and having no goal are literally the two most crucial things. I can endure so much pain when I'm in a positive mindset, and I'm most of the time in a positive mindset when because I cut out all the negativity in my life. So all the toxic relationships, toxic friend groups, I literally cut out, and I try to not consume toxic things. I don't watch social media. I don't watch YouTubers or YouTube videos. People who are negative about someone else. I don't. And whenever someone in my circle says negative thing, I don't listen to it. I literally, what you consume, you are, and negativity is very, very bad. So this is very nice, and with a goal, with a big vision and a why. He has a why, can bear only almost anyhow. Nietzsche. Um, you need to know why you do it. You need to know what to do. And you need to stay positive. There are a lot of techniques. Meditation, that is something cool. Calming down, winding down, all of that. But that might be probably it. 30 minutes. Explain you what makes you healthy. I guess that is for first thing, everything. What I would do when I start out. Yeah. Get some good mentor. Listen to them. So only listen to people who are higher than you or already have achieved what you want to achieve. And yeah, that is basically the mindset. And don't be Anna. Well, one more thing. Don't be biased, or be more open to new things. Don't always say, "Oh man, that's bad," because that's always that's again negativity. Or, "Oh, this dude looks bad," or "Ha, funny, he's so stupid." Give it a shot, listen to it, listen why, and think critically. Then you use your brain, you like your life, you have a nice life, and good is. When you do what you love, when you nail your sleep, when you nail your nutrition, when you nail your exercise, which actually doesn't take that much time, you need to eat anyways, so just eat this instead of that. Walking on the treadmill doesn't take any additional time. Of course, exercising, but then skip watching a movie in the evening and go to workout. And sleeping, sleep is, Jeff Bezos sleeps 8 hours. So it does not take a lot of time, but it's a work in progress thing, and it might get confusing, but I try to make it as easy as possible on this channel. And yeah, love you all. Bye.